whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, that and I yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
How about a big hand for Rihanna?
It's Dez Bryant, now a star wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Or how about Joe Hayden, now a star player for the Cleveland Browns. While we're at it, Cameron Newton, once upon a time a Heisman Trophy winner and first overall pick in the NFL Draft. They all share a proud offense-defense bowl heritage, and we'll bring you that 7th installment next. It's beautiful Reliant Stadium in Houston, Texas, home of the Houston Texans, and today, the site of the 2013 Offense-Defense All-American Bowl, the 7th installment in a proud history of the OD Bowl, bringing together some of the top high school talent from sea to shining sea. Hello, folks. I'm Travis Stewart, managing editor with Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, joined by LaDarren McClain, former UNT quarterback and a high school analyst in this neck of the woods for the better part of a decade. Now, LaDarren, these high school all-star games, they sure do have a habit of bringing together some of the top talent all throughout the country.
Well, these players have put years and years of hard work into their high school careers to get to this very moment, and this game symbolizes as a reward, so to speak, for the hard work and time and effort that they put into their careers. And Travis, honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to find a greater collective group of seniors here on this field tonight than the 2013 OD All-American Bowl.
Couldn't agree more. Let's take a look at those kids on the starting lineups. For the American Conference, it's Jackson Keeler, Sean Welsh, Tyler Lancaster, Caleb Benenoch, Ishmael Wilson along the offensive line, Kyrie and Parker, Marcel Aitman, Rashard Fant, Mitch Parsons out wide, and then Kennard Swanson, Bucky Hodges in the backfield. On the defense, it's Isaac Rochelle, DeAsian Richardson, Hardrick Walker, and David Kinney. At linebacker, Darian Claiborne, Jonathan Reschke, Jeremy Benjamin. And in the secondary, Tavares Gardner, Jamie Thompson, Solomon Warfield, and Stanton Taylor. On to the national side of things. Let's take a look at the offense with Dan Skipper, Cameron Dillard, Corey Helms, Rob Boyd, and R.J. Prince. Out wide, Mike Williams, Carlos Burst, Pharaoh Cooper, and Mac Weaver, Caleb Blanchard, and Tyler Cogswell. In the backfield and on the defense, it's Michael Patterson, Andrew Billings, Jay Woods, and Lewis Neal. At linebacker, Dwan Drennan, James Hearns, Gerald Turner. And in the secondary, Brennan Langley, Jaron Kirsch, Jamal Carter, and Deshaun Hunt. Let's go down to the third member of our team, Angela Heyman, with a little more information on these two star-studded head coaches today. Angela?
That's right, Travis. Both coaches tonight are former Dallas Cowboys who know a thing or two about winning. The American team is coached by Bill Bates. He's a former Cowboys safety. He played for them from 1983 to 1997, a three-time Super Bowl champion, and a Pro Bowl selection in 1984. And, of course, the national team is coached by Larry Brown, the former cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys from 91 to 95, and after a short stint at the Raiders, came back for 97 through 98. also a 3-time Super Bowl champ and the Super Bowl 30 MVP. And guys, you know that before these players enter their collegiate career, they're going to want to learn as much as they can from these two experienced coaches. Back to you.
Thanks, Angela. When we come back, everyone, it's the kickoff of the 2013 Offense-Defense All-American Bowl at Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas. Kickoff now, moments away at Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas for the 2013 Offense-Defense Bowl. The National has elected to receive, and Matt Wogan for the American team will step back to kick off. This kid's got a cannon. He's going to line drive it. Caught way in the back of the end zone, but he's going to bring it out. Tripped up about the 25-yard line and brought down. So a good return for the national team. That's Lamar Robbins, cornerback wide receiver from Miami Southridge Senior. LD, talk about some keys to the game today.
Well, for the American team, win the battle in the trenches. This is arguably the best interior offense and defensive alignment in the country. And for their skill players to have an effect, they've got to win the battle up front. But this is a bowl game, so you know what? Have fun, relax, play your game, and execute your offense. And most importantly, play to win. This is still a game, and sometimes it may come down to effort, and that may be the difference. And for the National, spread the wealth. Arguably some of the better skill players that you will see at any position spread the ball, compete at a high level. It's important that they go out and let it loose, tee it high, let it fly, have fun. This is still a game, and let it go.
All right, well, there was offsides called on the American side, so the national roster, the ones in blue, they're going to elect for the re-kick, push it back a little bit, so this kickoff will now come from the 30-yard line, and Wogan will tee it up again, ready to send it deep. Wogan's a big kid, plays a lot of physical football, played soccer for a long time, until he decided he wanted a more physical sport. I think he found it. Now a star football kicker, going out to Oregon.
Well, Lamar Robbins ran back so fast that time, Travis, that he nearly ran his tag of his name off the back of his jersey. I don't know if you saw that, but I knew he was fast, but not that fast.
It's Robbins again from the 7. He's got a seam. He's breaking 2 tackles. He's got the corner briefly. and then tackled around the 32-yard line. And that's where the national offense will start from there. As you see Lamar Robbins trot to the sideline. And under center by the starting lineups for the Nationals should be quarterback Tyler Cogswell from American Heritage Plantation in Florida. One of the top quarterbacks in the country.
Well, Cogswell is one of these prototypical types of pocket passing quarterbacks. He's got great measurables, 6'5", 235 pounds. Actually, that's Hosick coming out there. He's 6'2", 2 1/4 from Staley, Missouri.
Just never know with all-star games.
Well,
Rosters change,
right?
They flow like water. And Hosick going out to Mizzou after this. Talented passer as well. And on the keeper, Hosick's got a big hole. He's down to the 40. At the 30, and Hosick's got to go. Into the end zone. Trent Hosick on the first play from scrimmage. A big touchdown run, and that's why they're stars, LD.
Well, I guess that's why he's starting the game off. He's leading off in their trio of quarterbacks that they have. But really, Travis, when you look at this play, this is an old school option play. Just dive the fullback into the tackle. You read the 3 technique. He's such an athletic player. Nobody accounts for him on the outside, and it's one and done. And he's going house call on this.
Well, Hosick's an accomplished running quarterback, 1,200 yards rushing in his senior season, 32 total touchdowns. PAT is up and good. So just like that, in one play, the national offense jumps out in front, 7-0. The OD Bowl starting with fireworks.
Well, I knew we'd have some fireworks, especially with the collective group of talented players that we've got out here. A lot of these kids going to some big-time schools that we're going to probably watch here the next few days, playing some bowls here on January 1st. But, man, to start the game off like that is pretty phenomenal, to say the least. And we've got a full game left to go.
So how do you prepare in the couple days of practice, as we see the replay now, as Hosick will let this one go into the line, but all of a sudden he's got the ball, and on the outside he picks up a great bit of blocking from his wide receiver Travell Dixon, who's also a talented safety. He's gone to the house. So LD, how do you prepare for games like this? You know, you never played with most of these kids before. You've only got a couple days to install everything. You've never met your head coach, really. What goes into this kind of process?
Well, I think as a head coach, it's really important for them to keep things simple. You know, these guys are, you know, all-world, all-American talented players, and if you can make it simple X's and O's for them to go out there and run a 10-yard curl route, or the quarterback to do a 7-step drop, hit the receiver, and for the linemen to do their technique and blocking it, and same thing goes for the defensive players, then you can allow the players for their talent to come to the forefront. So there's really no method to the madness. It's just a matter of the players paying attention to details, and the coaches really keeping it simple, Travis.
Well, we could see lightning again. 2 talented kick returners on the field. Victor Bolden Jr. for the American Special Teams unit. And that is who will have it. He's going to push up to about the 33, 34-yard line before he's upended and tackled. And now we'll see the American offense take the field with a big offensive line and 3 of the originally planned starters heading out to the Big Ten. Another one going to the SEC at Texas A&M, and the other one going to the Pac-12. So that should put it into perspective. There's not a single slouch on either of these roster folks. These kids can play a lot of strong ball as Danny Etling steps under center.
You get a shot there of Danny Etling, 6'3", 215, a mobile quarterback. They do a lot of the zone read options with him, but he's able to stand back there in the pocket and find some receivers.
Etling throws out to the left side, and that ball is incomplete. A rarity for Etling. He was very sharp all week in practices.
Well, you know, as a quarterback, this is...
Take a look at the American offense here. Jackson Keeler on the offensive line, banged up a little bit practice earlier this week. Doubtful today, or probable, I should say. Talented wide receiver core. Mitch Parsons, a pretty good tight end, and Bucky Hodges pledged out to Virginia Tech. We'll see him a bit later. But for right now, we're going to have a false start. A little bit of movement on the left side of the line.
Well,
we have a timeout. Red.
Well, they got bailed out there. I don't know if the flag is going to stand, but you're going to probably see a lot of that because, again, they only had a short week of practice and try to put all these talented players, again, together on one field.
And really, LD, some of that work was marred after some ugly weather throughout the week. It was cold and raining guys had a hard time moving around. Let's go down to Angela Hammond on the sidelines for a little more. Angela.
Thanks, Travis. Well, we just saw Trent Hosick rush for 67 yards, score that touchdown. And actually, when he was 13 years old, he was in a terrible car wreck. He was a star running back as a junior football player, but he was left in a wheelchair and with a cane for several months. And his dad asked him to not be a running back anymore. He asked him to move to quarterback. He did, and has been an outstanding quarterback ever since. And you see he's obviously still got a little bit of running back left in him after that. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Angela. The kid sure can run the rock, so I guess even moving to quarterback from running back didn't spare him some of the physical play his parents were hoping to avoid at that point, but that kid sure can play football. As the American now goes 4 wide in the shotgun. Then Etling will step up in the pocket and look downfield. He's got a wide open man. A big reception from Victor Bolden Jr. from Los Osos High School in California. Big play down the field for the talented senior.
Well, this is what's going to make him a top quarterback at the next level. His ability to see the field, but watch him step up, slide to the right, find his receiver downfield. And this is the benefit of playing in an All-American Bowl. All these receivers have the ability to get up and go downfield.
Now a first down from about the 34. Etling with an easy throw out to the outside. That'll be caught by Zach Allen. He's quarterback at Temple. Unless they've been switching roster numbers on us.
Well, like you said, we could certainly expect a lot of different things tonight, and that's another good throw on the outside by Etling.
That's going to bring up about 2nd and 4. That looks like Kyrie and Parker there on the reception. Etling easy underneath. That'll be caught by Bolden. And he's going to be right at the first down marker. So this is either going to be a 3rd and short or a first down. And they're going to call the first down. So a fresh set of downs for Etling. He looks very sharp on the first drive.
Yeah, he does. And he kind of puts you in the mind of a Rex Grossman, the way he bounces back there, his build, his ability to snap the ball off. And in this type of games, Travis, the offenses are very basic. The defenses are going to play a lot of man-to-man coverage and really say, hey, we're going to have our best guy against your best guy and see who can win those battles up front as well.
Etling will hand off this time. That's Mark Dodson Jr. from Whitehaven High School in Tennessee, pledged out to Ole Miss. And he'll be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 7.
Well, Dodson Jr. is a big-time running back. He had a great senior season this year, and he's got the speed to break it on the outside, but you see a little bit of his mobility to shift and break some tackles also.
It's a 4-year varsity player for Whitehaven. Etling again, looking on the right side, nothing there, and he's just going to throw this one away. Heavy pressure brought in by Jamone Boyd, the defensive end from Lee's Summit West in Missouri.
Well, that's pretty good coverage there by the national team defense. That time they're trying to switch the coverage up. They started off with the man look and switched it up into a zone with a safety over the top. And you get a good shot there of Billy Bates, one of my favorites growing up in the Cowboys era there.
So 3rd and 3 now for the American team. And it's Dodson again. He's going to wrestle his way down to about the 14-yard line. And again, right at the marker. And he may be just an inch or 2 short. And that is what they're going to say. So this is going to be 4th and about half a yard. And LD, this is an all-star game. I can't imagine they're going to be looking for field goals in this kind of situation.
I don't think so. Even though, you know, hey, honestly, we'll have some of the better kickers you'll find. These kids can flat out kick the ball, but in a game like this, especially when you're down 7 points early, you got to tee it up and let's go get it.
They'll go to Dodson again over the right side. He's hit immediately. I'm not sure if he got it.
I don't know about that. I think if he would have kept to the outside, he easily picks this up.
Roderick Hoskins, the linebacker from Evans High School in Florida, in on the stop. That's what it is. A 4th down stop for the national defense. leading right now 7-0 in the first quarter, and they're going to get a chance to go back on offense at Reliance Stadium in Houston for the 2013 Offense-Defense All-American Bowl.
From ZZ Top.
I'm Dusty Hill. I play bass.
And Frank Beard on drums. Ray Charles in his autobiography said if you want to put a great band together, go to Houston, Texas. When we got started, they said, well, you need to go to California or New York to make it. And we went, no, we don't. We're going to stay here.
Houston's got that flavor with the food, with the people.
Enough said right there. We're ZZ Top,
and this is our Houston.
Hey fans, don't forget to
So the national team leading 7-0 on quarterback Trent Hosic's 67-yard touchdown run, and after a stop on 4th down, Hosic will step in under center once again for the second drive of the day for the national team offense. And he'll hand it off, but immediate pressure from the American defense. Isaac Rochelle from small school Eagles Landing Christian Academy in Georgia, immediately in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of about 2.
Well, Rochelle is going to Notre Dame next year, and you see him there, great measurable, 6'5", 265, a prototypical defensive end. A big-time defensive end that can run, and you can see his ability to play the run in defense, keeping outside containment, playing in the backfield.
Can also play a little bit of tight end. Love Notre Dame because of the academic prowess for the Fighting Irish. So 2nd and 12 now. Hosic's going to throw a screen. The blocking out in front, good enough to pick up about, say, 10. And that's big-bodied DeAndre Skinner, the tight end from Patterson in Louisiana, Patterson High School. He's going to get him close to the first down, but we do have an injured man down on the field for the American defense. Let's go down to Angela Heyman with a little more data. Angela?
Thanks, guys. Well, right now I am joined by Deshaun Hunt from Westlake, California. Deshaun, we've got a big question for you. Where are you going to be playing your college football?
It's going to be at Oregon State.
That's very exciting. Congratulations. Are you excited about it?
Yes, ma'am. Very excited. You know, just to get out there and play with all those guys, you know, it's an honor, and I'm excited.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations on making it to the Offense-Defense Bowl, and have fun for the rest of the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Angela. He will join Victor Bolden for the American team. He is also going to Oregon State. Beavers played earlier in the holiday season, lost to Texas in the Alamo Bowl, but still a bright future there, and their head coach, one of the best out in the Pac-12. But that's an exciting moment, LD, when you finally decide in your college choice. You've been waiting for years in the case of Deshaun Hunt, who was offered way back when he was even a sophomore by, I believe, UCLA, to finally get to this moment and make that call.
Yeah, he did, and you probably couldn't tell it by that shot there with Angela. You know me, I'm old school. I'd probably have been jumping from joy, maybe trying to take the mic away from Angela announcing my college, but no, it is. I mean, it's an opportunity that since you've been a little bitty kid, and we had the little kids out here this week playing, the 7- and 8-year-old kids and even younger, it starts there. Your aspirations to go to a big-time college and play and, you know, represent your university and your family it's a great moment and a huge opportunity.
Well, the injured player for the American team is up and being helped off the field. Still trying to get the exact jersey number, but it looks like that may be Mossy Johnson from Crenshaw High School in California. Looks like number 14. He's favoring an ankle.
That's the one thing you don't want to have happen in these games. It's again, a culmination of years and years of effort put into this, and this is a fun time. This is a chance for your last hurrah as a high school player. You want to go out having some fun, and that's what you don't want to see.
Well, he has not put any weight down on his left ankle at all, but it looks like teammate Mitch Parsons, big tight end, coming out to help him off the field. That is Mossy Johnson, who's injured. Looks like a left ankle that he's having a problem with. We certainly hope he's okay. To your point, LD, this is not the place you want to get injured. This place you're supposed to be having fun. It's a 3rd down and 3 now for the national offense from their own 21-yard line. Sharp passing. That ball is caught by Travell Dixon, safety and wide receiver. And that's going to earn the national team a 1st down at their own 37-yard line.
Well, now we've got Tyler Cogswell into the game, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast before we were tricked a little bit, he's the prototypical pocket passer. Look at him snap that ball off. And that's a good route on the inside there by Travell Dixon to watch in the middle of the field, get open in the zone, and make a catch and run.
This time they'll hand the ball off to Chase Abington, and he'll gain about a yard before he's wrestled down over the right side. And if you're looking for a good quarterback, if you're a college recruiter out there watching, Cogswell is available. Was originally pledged to Arkansas. That offer disappeared when Brett Bielema took over after he came down from Wisconsin. It's not an uncommon occurrence for head coaches to pull offers when they take over to new school, but since it's a recruiting quiet period, Cogswell having a hard time circulating his name out there again. But as you said, LD, a very sharp passer.
Now this may be a good opportunity to put on a good audition.
And on 2nd and 9, Cogswell looks out to the left flat. That ball is dropped. Running room available for Caleb Blanchard, but it glances off the hands and incomplete. And that brings up 3rd and 9.
That was an easy catch there that I'm sure Blanchard would probably make 9 out of 10 times, and good adjustment on the run and on the run there by Cogswell. Now we're seeing Damian Hobbs, who a quarterback that I'm very familiar with from the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the Cedar Hill Longhorns, and took his team to the state final this year and came up just a little bit short against the Katy Tigers.
And he's going to complete a pass to the right side to Carlos Burst. That ball is fumbled. Travell Dixon will pick it up. A total gain of about 2, but that's still going to leave the national offense with a 4th and 5. And they're most likely going to have to punt. You see the replay here, LD.
Yeah, trying to get a little misdirection here, do the little play action, set up a screen to the outside, and that's a pretty good Johnny on the spot there by Travell Dixon to pick it up, but just not enough there. Good defensive stand by the American team.
Austin McGinnis, senior from Prattville in Alabama, will step in for the punt. He's a kicker and a punter. Both of our special team experts are kickers and punters today. McGinnis committed out to Kentucky, where he may see time as a true freshman. Awkward snap, but he'll get it away. And that ball is fielded at about the 25 and pushed out to the 28-yard line by Cameron Eccles-Looper, a Texas A&M pledge, and that's where the American side will start their next drive.
Well, the Aggies are certainly represented in this bowl today. They've got 6 players.
Wow.
Leading all players today, and LSU coming in with the close second with 4 overall, with Clemson with the 3rd, and you've got really a gambit of really top-notch SEC schools, Big 12 schools with 3.
Ettlingen again at quarterback for the American side, and he will also set up a screen. He'll complete to Pierre Cormier from Madison High School in California, who's pledged out to Arizona, 5'9", 180. He's not going much anywhere. That's going to stay about 2nd and 10.
Well, this is really good recognition by the defense, and they're led by number 33, Gerald Turner, the linebacker from Goose Creek, South Carolina. He's going to be a Gamecock next fall. 6'2", 250, read the screenplay well, got over there, led the charge on the defense.
So on 2nd and 9, Etling ropes in a tough snap. That ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. That may have been DeJuan Drennan, the linebacker defensive end hybrid from Timber Creek High School in New Jersey. Just take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, this is a good job, and usually when these offensive linemen, when they know it's a quick pass, they're taught to cut the lineman down or the defensive lineman down. But that's just a heck of a job there by DeJuan Drennan to get his hands up if he couldn't get back to the quarterback.
Drennan, a star, won a state title this past season. Etling again on another screen on 3rd and 10. And they're going to have a 1st down. Pierre Cormier will push his way all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, Travis, if you're noticing a trend of screen passes going in the early onset of this game, and it's for a good reason, and this is a good chance for the offensive lineman to settle down the pass rush of either one of these defensive lines, and it gives them a slight advantage to get their skill players out in open space more. So we'll continue to see that until these offensive linemen get a little bit rooted in the pass protection.
On 1st and 10, it's Etling again. And he'll complete to Mitch Parsons along the left side, and he'll pick up about 4. Cormier went to the sideline before that play, but as a senior, more than 2,000 yards rushing and 10 yards per carry en route to a Division III state title, the first ever for Madison High School in California. In American now looking at us 2nd and 6 from the 49. Good patient running from Mark Dotson. Up the gut, and it'll be another first down, a second straight for the American squad, down to the national 46-yard line.
Yeah, this is a great play call. They caught the defense in man coverage. They're thinking pass on the outside, and you catch a defense like that, you can gash them a number of times, especially when you have 2 huge guards, number 79, Sean Welsh, and number 73, Caleb Benenoch.
Etling and Dotson in the backfield again. Etling wrapped up and gets away from it. He'll find Dotson on the outside, but Dotson's going to end up being dragged down by Roderick Hoskins. Going to be good enough, though, for a gain of about 7, and good improvisational skills from Etling, who looks every bit as sharp today as all the reports say that he did in practice leading up to today.
Yeah, he looks really good. He looks really calm back there in the pocket, and that's the one thing is that moxie, some things you can't teach for a quarterback. He just has that it factor about him, and for his ability to get outside, elude the rush, and find a receiver and give his offense still a chance, college coaches are going to love that with him at the next level. He's going to Purdue, being a Boilermaker.
Etling makes some adjustments at the line. But we're going to have a flag come in. We're going to have a delay of game here on the American roster.
5-yard penalty. Still taken down.
You mentioned Etling going to Purdue. Obviously a coaching change out at Purdue, but when the new staff came in, the first person that new coach Darrell Hazel called was Etling to tell him how much of a priority he was for that recruiting class. He wanted to keep him there. And sure enough, Etling said he wanted to honor his Purdue commitment. The Boilermakers keep a top-notch recruit despite a coaching change.
Well, I think you'd be in your best interest to keep him handy. I mean, any coach would certainly want a quarterback with raw skills as Etling has. You can groom him into your program.
But now it's Bucky Hodges who will step in from Salem, Virginia Tech pledge. And he'll run along the right side to bring up a 3rd and 6 at the 42-yard line as we tick under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
You got to like the way these coaches are trying to work their quarterbacks in. Pretty unusual, so to speak, is in between series or actually in the middle of series, but still keeping their quarterbacks rotation going. Etling getting the most of the run here.
And it's Etling again looking down the sideline. A jump ball to Stevan Taylor from East Central High School in Oklahoma. We'll talk about him more when we get into halftime because he's had a special career in Oklahoma. But the ball is high and wide. It's out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down.
Well, trying to take advantage of the man-to-man coverage on the outside, and these are some great top-notch defensive backs playing. Rashard Robinson, number 7. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Lamar Robbins as well, and Ashawn Hunt, who just committed to Oregon State just a moment ago.
Taylor caught 61 passes his senior year at East Central Oklahoma, despite being a pretty good defensive back as well. Wogan will step in to punt. He unleashes a moonshot. And that one's going to be grounded at the 5-yard line. Matt Wogan, who averages almost 44 yards a kick, pins one inside the 10. We'll step away momentarily as the national team leads 7-0 in the OD Bowl. And the national team offense takes the field, leading 7-0 with 2:21 left to play in the first quarter. And they'll start their drive from their own 5-yard line. This one will be handed off up the middle and wrestled down after a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to be Caleb Blanchard, the 6', 210 senior from Denham Springs in Louisiana.
He's a big back in the backfield, and he's one of these guys that likes to grind it out for an offense. And he's undecided as well, but he has 41 career touchdowns at the high school level. So he can definitely give a lot of service to some of these universities and colleges still looking for some top-notch running backs.
And like we mentioned with Cogswell earlier, Blanchard, another guy, as you take a look at Damian Hobbs under center again, Blanchard, another guy whose offer was pulled and the new Arkansas staff took over. So he is also available for anyone looking for a running back. Damian Hobbs working his way up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5. He's going to bring up a third and a long one.
You look at Damian Hobbs, he's going to Arkansas State next fall, but the one thing that you watch with him, and I've had an opportunity to watch him quite a bit, he needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. And when he goes to college, the coaches will work on him with that. But as far as the physical tools, you can't ask for anything better. Certainly his ability to run the ball, we saw that on the last play. He has a great arm, just needs to be more confident in his decision making.
That pass is a little behind the intended receiver, Camion Patrick. Tavares Garner, the Manville star from nearby Manville High School in Houston, Texas. That one's incomplete, 4th down.
Outstanding coverage on the outside, and that's what you want to do. You have as much right to the football as the receiver does. And you see Tavares Garner there, a solid player, a shutdown corner, has excellent size. It'll be a good one there for the Aggies.
He was originally pledged to Texas Tech before he switched to A&M in the summer. He really blew up in the 7-on-7 circuit before the season began. And the national squad will have to punt now. We'll see Austin McGinnis step back again. And he's going to call a timeout. Saw something he didn't like. Now's as good a time as any, LD, to talk about some of the unique rules typically of these postseason All-Star and bowl games. A lot of times you can't blitz and you can't rush the punter. And why are some of those rules in place in these kind of events?
Well, a lot of times you want to protect players from injury first and foremost. And for it to keep it a level playing field, you keep things basic and you just allow the players to decide the game, and not a whole lot of scheming going to be involved. And you know, a lot of that blitz packages, you have to work on blitz protection in practice. You don't have time to do that. As far as protection on field goals and punt protection and on punt teams, you don't have a whole lot of time to do that. You've got maybe 1 day or and a half a day to implement a offense and a defense. So to keep things basic is a better way to keep the game kind of level and even keel.
McGinnis punting here, but stellar as a kicker, hit 9 field goals of 60 yards plus at the spring camp circuit. So he can send it away, and he will do so here. He's going to bounce at the 45. The returner will step away. McGinnis is going to get a heck of a roll inside the American 40-yard line. And that'll be down by Jamone Boyd at the national 38.
Well, we've seen a little bit of exchange of punch here, Travis, and some of these defenses have seemingly caught up, and that's what we generally see when, you know, at the beginning of a season and you know, at any football team, the defenses are always ahead, and same thing goes here. The defense is the easiest thing to coach because all you do is just read and react. For offense, a timing issue is involved, and right now the defenses seem to be taken back over in this game.
Well, Temple quarterback Zach Allen is indeed still number 15, just multiple 15s on the roster. He fires out to the left for Rashard Fant. That ball is caught for a gain of 8, bringing up a 2nd and 2. And Zach Allen, even though Temple missed the playoffs, it was in a Week 10 tiebreaker, and he really is a spectacular quarterback. I've gotten to see him up close several times. And this kid can play, going to Syracuse. So 2nd and 2 now. That ball will be handed off to Keontae Green, and he's going to have a first down. So a 1st and 10. At the national 46-yard line for Keontae Green from Eagles Landing Christian Academy in Georgia, a teammate of the defensive end we talked about earlier, Isaac Rochelle.
He's the perfect size in this era of spread offenses. 5'9", 200 pounds, solid build. It'll be a good one.
So National still leading 7-0 as we close out the end of the quarter here at Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas for the OD Bowl at Reliance Stadium. We'll be right back.
Who the heck is that?
Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas. We'll have a special announcement from another player here at the OD Bowl coming up momentarily. How about right now? Angela Heyman standing by with Dominique Walker, who will be making a pledge soon. He's still uncommitted heading into this game. We'll have him in just a moment. As American continues to push their way into national territory, and they're going to have a second and about 6 now.
That was a nice route on the outside by Bolden Jr. And he's one of these athletes, Travis, that, you know, you can line him up in an inside slot receiver. Obviously, you can put him back in the special teams, returning punts, returning kicks, put him in the backfield on some jet sweeps.
So on 2nd and 6, they will hand this one off to Keontae Green, who's wrapped up immediately. Now we'll go down to Angela Heyman for Dominique Walker's big announcement. Angela?
That's right, Travis. I have Dominic right here with me. He's from Evans High School in Orlando, Florida. Dominic, tell everybody that's watching where you're going to be playing your college football.
Next year, I'm going to take my talents to the University of Nebraska.
Well, that's very exciting. Dominic Walker heading to Nebraska. I know they must be very excited. How about you? Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Looking forward to getting to college and getting your career started.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, congratulations, Dominic. Have fun for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Angela. So Dominique Walker, who came into the game uncommitted from Evans High School in Florida, the 6'1", 194-pound pass catcher, going to the Huskers.
The Huskers have a huge test coming up here in a few days against the Michigan Wolverines. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
They were dead balls.
And they get players like Dominique.
5-yard penalty, still be first down.
Dominique Walker add to their arsenal of skilled players on offense. Huskers going to be around for a long time here in the Big Ten.
There's a couple of kids here tonight that were uncommitted who are considering Nebraska. So the Huskers get one out of tonight's game. And a false start there will push back the American offense to a 1st and 15. Zach Allen and Mark Dotson still in the backfield. Allen will fake to Dotson, fire out to the left side. And that's his counterpart, the other 15, Kyrian Parker. Pushed out after he breaks a tackle. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. So a great pass play there.
Well, folks, we promise he isn't throwing to himself. That is Kyrian Parker on the outside, and a versatile athlete with great size, great speed, and his ability to turn and get the football upfield. And it's an easy play set up to the outside, a little wide receiver screen. Allen puts a good ball on it.
Brendan Langley, the cornerback from Kell High School in Georgia, the one there to push him out of bounds. And they'll hand it off to Dotson. And he doesn't get much, if anything. Maybe a couple inches on the play, so it'll be 3rd and short.
I'll tell you, one defensive player there for the national team, Gerald Turner, has been in nearly on every tackle for the defense. And you can see Larry Brown, and it's quite ironic the defenses are playing well with 2 defensive-minded players, Pro Bowlers at the head coach positions for these 2 teams tonight.
Allen in the shotgun on the 3rd and short. This one's a fake, and Allen's got plenty of room, and he's going to have himself a first down. Down to about the 17-yard line. You mentioned Goose Creek, where Gerald Turner's from, also his teammate, another linebacker from Goose Creek here as well tonight. As we take a look at the replay on the Allen run.
Yeah, that's a great read there by Zach Allen. I think his hand was forced right there to automatically pull, as you see the penetration up front by big number 64, Andrew Billing, and 74, Jay Woods. That's a good option there. Keep on the zone read option there by Zach Allen.
1st and 10. Allen again looks to the end zone. Oh, and it's intercepted. Not on the same page with the wide receiver. That ball is going to be brought out to the 20-yard line. And on the interception, looks like that's going to be Pharaoh Cooper from Havelock High School in North Carolina. Middle of the end zone, the ball came right to him.
Yeah, this is one he wish he had back, literally, because he did have Bolgen Jr. wide open in the seam, but I think he got a little over anxious and tried to rush that throw.
It's actually Lamar Robbins from Miami Southridge Senior in Florida.
Yeah, I tell you, you couldn't tell from the back because he ran so fast. His name tag came off the back of his jersey. He's the nameless player, but that is, like you said there, Travis, Lamar Robbins. But he's sitting back there playing center field and reading the quarterback's eyes, and he gets handed a gift there. Actually, they taped over his name.
So Hosick in under center now. Mike Williams will be split out to his left. And Hosick's going to keep it. He's going to push his way all the way out to about the 30-yard line, right on the first down marker. And I believe by the spot of the ball, they're going to give this one to him.
Well, when you're an athlete like Hosick is, you can survive and play quarterback. Great size. You look there, 6'2", 2 1/4. He has the foot mobility to certainly play at the next level. Now, can he develop a little bit more in the passing game? And that's one of the things that he'll certainly have to work on during this offseason as he gets an opportunity to play at the collegiate level.
Also won a state wrestling tournament in Class 3 as a junior, went 29-0. And he shows off a big arm there down the middle of the field and caught by Dominic Walker, the guy who just punched Nebraska. And he hauls in a big touchdown there for the national team, and they're up 13-0 over the American squad. Dominic Walker, welcome to the Cornhuskers.
Cornhuskers are going to get a good one, explosive. And I tell you what, Travis, this is not an easy catch. Now, Hosick, right on cue, is showing his arm off a little bit. Evades the rush, keeps his eyes upfield. That's so important for these quarterbacks to understand as they go to college. And look at that catch. I mean, just fingertips, taking it off the turf, literally. And Walker just strolls into the end zone. And I mean, nothing fancy about that play. Just had 4 go routes, putting pressure on the safeties to make a decision, and left one wide open, Walker, for a touchdown.
Well, look, when your nickname is Showtime, as Walker's is, you've already got a bill to live up to. And he did there on the big touchdown play to put the national squad up 14-0 over the American squad in the 2013 OD Bowl at Reliance Stadium in Houston. When we come back, the American team needs to respond. Showtime Walker with a big touchdown catch to put the national squad up 14-0 over the American squad, and now the national team will tee this ball off. And you mentioned Goose Creek earlier, 2 defenders here tonight from Goose Creek. That team in South Carolina won a state title last year. This year got to 11-0. Looked like they had a chance to do it again before they were disqualified over an ineligible player. A legal battle ensued. They were not reinstated. And that was a raw deal for a lot of kids who had a great opportunity to win 2 straight. And McGinnis will put this one deep, but it's going to be brought out. Actually, he's got great blocking. Pushed all the way out to the 35-yard line. And he'll come out of bounds. That's Rashard Fant, returner extraordinaire from Our Lady of Mercy High School in Georgia.
Got the Jay Woods faithful fans and family members here. Number 74 for the national team.
His head coach, Mike Earwood, said he's the fastest kid he's had in his 34-year coaching career. Some teams like him at corner, some like at wide receiver. He said everyone likes him at kick return.
Well, he's a big play type of skilled player, and I figure if you can put him anywhere on the football field to get a ball in his hand, he can definitely do some work for you.
Hodges on the design keeper along the left side, but tackled hard for a gain of about 8. On the play there, 68 in pursuit, Tevin Lawson.
That's a nice play here as the cornerback comes up as well. I believe that's number 9 there. Coming off the block, Deshaun Hunt again, making another play. And I'm really impressed with the cornerback play here tonight. And, you know, we've already seen Lamar Robbins make an impact. Deshaun Hunt certainly making an impact. And Rashard Robinson, he has done some great things also.
Hodges on another zone read. He'll keep it along the left side and pick up a first down to the national 48-yard line. Hodges going to Virginia Tech, grew up as a giant Hokie fan. That's where he wanted to go, and that's where he will be headed.
You know, you've got some good scouting report on you when they compare you to Cam Newton. Not only for his size at 6'6", 220, but he can obviously run, and he's doing that there. Now he gives you a chance to show off the arm a little bit.
Great catch on a high throw from Victor Bolden Jr. We've seen Hodges there on 2 runs before that. He was a pretty good basketball player once upon a yesteryear, but he dropped it to work on his speed and shaved almost a second off his 40 time.
That's a pretty tough little drill there. A good pop there by Deshaun Hunt. You see big number 39 there, the outside linebacker, Nick Ramirez, going to Kansas State next year. 6'2", 230. Great size, great looking outside linebacker.
1st and 10, only 2 down linemen now for the national squad. Hodges again on the keeper. Not near as friendly to the defense as the last time. He'll pick up 2 before he's brought down for a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, there's some good offense and defensive line playing going on down there. Big number 64 for the national team, Andrew Billings. 6'1", 310. He's undecided right now, Travis, but they say he's got a mean streak, and that's what you like to hear from defensive linemen, is that they do have a mean streak. A very athletic player. He can also play not only defensive tackle or defensive end, but he can also play on the offense. A very versatile interior lineman. Somebody's going to pick him up quick.
It's actually 3rd and 9. And on that 3rd down, Hodges will pitch to the left side, but the turf monster will drag down the ball carrier. He's going to be short. That was Mark Dodson. And that's going to be about a 4th and 7. And they'll trot out Matt Wogan to punt this one away.
Well, this American team has not been able to stretch this field out. They've been playing in between the 2 hash marks, literally. And it makes this defense, their job a lot easier when you do that. And we've seen it on the opposite there for the national offense. We've seen them attack this defense in literally every way you can find. Really evident on that last touchdown play to Walker.
Wogan puts this one end over end. It'll bounce out of bounds at the 8-yard line. We'll call it the 9. And that's where the American squad will start their next drive as we take a break at Reliance Stadium in Houston for the OD Bowl. Nationals 14-0. The national squad takes over, leading 14-0. We saw their big offensive line trot out a second ago. Corey Helms, the center. Rob Boyd, Vian, Oklahoma, the right guard. Cameron Dillard, the left guard, one of the captains for this squad today. LD, you mentioned earlier, this is about as good an offensive line as you're going to find anywhere in the country in these All-Star games.
Well, I tell you what, it makes me feel good. Like I can probably step back out there, maybe complete a pass or two. Well, now let me get too far ahead of myself here.
Hold on.
No, this is a great offensive line. It's just a matter of how they come together as a cohesive unit. That's not a good sign there.
Cogswell drops back on the pump fake, but he's hit hard on the blind side by number 17, David Kinney, the defensive end linebacker from Pike, Indiana. Cogswell never saw him coming.
Yeah, and you figure these two units have battled each other all week in practice, and this time Kinney just gets the better. And he's going up against a very good offensive tackle. That's big number 71, Jabraylon Thomas. He wins it there.
A great throw from Cogswell this time, though, to the outside. It's Mike Williams on the reception. From Lake Marion High School in South Carolina. He'll be the first ever big-name recruit to sign a big-name scholarship at a big-name school from Little Old Lake Marion.
Now, he had an outstanding senior campaign, and you look at there, Keontae Green, but Mike Williams, 60 receptions, 10 touchdowns this season.
Cogswell again with a great throw. It's DeAndre Skinner, the tight end from Patterson, and that's going to get them a first down, but we've got Laundry on the field.
That was a late flag coming in from the line judge closest to our side here, Travis. I don't know if it was a substitution infraction or you may be having one of these receivers may have jumped the gun just a tad there.
Well, assuming the flag does not wipe it out, it would be a first down.
Give a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench.
That usually means sideline infraction, doesn't it?
Boy, you just don't see that. I mean,
not in an All-Star game.
Not in an All-Star game. I mean, I believe calling it tight, but come on, let the kids have a little fun.
That's going to take a first down off the board on a dead ball foul, unless they're calling it after the play, which is what they're going to do. So it now will be 1st and 10, but from the 11-yard line. So 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Cogswell on a screen to the right side. The American defense is there. And a short gain. That's DeAndre Skinner again. They've gone to that tight end screen now twice. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards.
And the national offense just so a little bit tentative with the pass rush there coming from the American team. And we saw how big number 17, David Kinney, got back there and sacked Cogswell earlier. Just trying to neutralize that rush. Very good, talented front four there for the American defense.
Kinney actually had a great jump on the snap on that play as well, just a screen to the opposite side, but he has recorded more than 20 sacks over the past 2 years combined. A pass rusher extraordinaire headed out to Indiana. Those Hoosiers are delighted to be having him. So 2nd and 6 now for the national squad. Still up 14-0 as we head towards 5 minutes in the second quarter.